Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Those in this gospel broad lifting up the stern of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is the reason why a lot of niggas come into the truth. Okay? Because according to these guys, this is okay. Now, when you look at this look like a typical 2/3 worldly concert, you know, like you go to a Travis Scott concert or some shit. You know, you got the niggas up there with the smooth face, the dreads, the dainty lyrics, so to speak, which they're not even dainty. They have even no particular meaning behind them. But the garbage lyrics and just the cooning and bouncing around, you wouldn't be able to tell if these are men in the truth or niggas in the world. The only thing that distinguished them from being in the world was the fringes, which clearly fringes don't mean anything to these guys. Okay, they push the fringes, but yet the acts that they show is that of the Pharisees. Okay, because here we're Hebrew Israelites. We're supposed to come out of the world, but yet they use these type of worldly accolades to attract their followers and to pick up women. Okay, because for one thing, there's nothing wrong with dancing and, you know, doing what you got to do, having a good time. But when this is what your doctrine and what your school revolves around, then who's actually learning anything of the scriptures? Okay, because these guys, man, they act like they in the kingdom already. And even in the kingdom, when we have our feasts and parties, we're not going to be bouncing around like a bunch of niggas. Okay, so these guys are no different than men in the world. And it's irritating to see this constantly, because they get on us because we get on them for getting into this. And of course, this is Nate's camp, IUIC. Okay, and what's so disturbing about all this is that you see these women in the audience, they have men, they have husbands. Okay, they clearly have husbands. Okay, because in Nate's school, you got to marry up one of these so-called daughters of Sarah, which these ain't the daughters of Sarah. These ain't nothing but, you know, from whom it applies to. These are nothing but fucking thoughts and head wraps, man. Okay, they're still groupies. They still have the sentiment of the women of the world. They still have the feminist ideology. They still got the proud and stout look. These are no different than Keishas in the world. The only thing different with them is the fact they wear head wraps and long dresses. But they still talk shit. They talk back. They're disrespectful. And yet they're still being groupies to other men. Because let's just say this young lady right here with the blue nails, right? And let's just say that she had a man in the congregation of Nate's camp, but yeah, she see this clown on a fucking stage dancing and jumping around like a coon. She's recording this man. She's all up and down in his face. That would make her man mad, man. If that was my woman, I would have snatched her ass up. She wouldn't be allowed to go to any type of endeavor like this, especially if that's doing away with the importance of me as her husband. This is totally unacceptable. Okay, but who gets on this? Nate is not condemning this. Okay, because they allow it. Because if they were so righteous, they wouldn't allow this in their schools. Now, we're not saying that you can't sing and dance and have a good time. We're not saying that. But when this is your congregation and this is what you revolve your church around, you got to question if you're teaching the truth or not. Okay, because you're in the same spirit as when you built the golden calf and the golden idol and you worshiped it, man. Okay, and we're gonna get that account in Exodus, because this is the same thing that Jake was doing when Moses was talking to the Most High in the chariots, man. Okay, he came down, and yet Jake was down there partying, making feasts into the golden image. Going back to the same thing with the followers or the worshipers of Baal, when basically Jehu, he went around the coast of Israel to gather up all the followers of Baal. Okay, he slew their ass, man. Okay, because he made a solemn assembly and he got them all in one place and he slew them. You see what I'm saying? So basically, he used subtlety tactics. He deceived them into believing, oh, okay, they was going to do X, Y, and Z. And the fact that the Lord slew their ass, man, and put them in a trick bag. And it's no different than what these guys are doing, because they're not talking about the prophecies. They're not talking about destructions. They're not talking about the destruction. And they damn sure are not speaking on the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, these guys are fascinated with mirth. And that's all the nigga like to do is fucking kick it, have a good time, jump around, dance, rap, run around. That's all you Jakes want to do, man. You never want to get down and be serious, man. Okay, like I said, there's nothing wrong with mirth. Mirth is a good thing, but it's a time and season for all these things. And you guys, you completely doing this out of season. And it's off because you have women in there and you have men in there that's with women, and yet they're all lusting after this fucking clown on stage, man. And that's a pet peeve of mine, man, which shows you that these guys are not in order. Okay, their women not in order, nor are they in order. Because I'd be damned if my woman have a fucking camera phone and touching on a whole nother man on stage dancing like this. We will have a fucking problem. And I'm just being real, man, okay? Because we don't deal with that shit here. And this is why we tell you, brothers, man, keep your women at home, keep them off the comment boards, keep them away from this thing. Because they're groupies, man. Okay? Look at this. Nigga got Reuben on his jacket. Clearly he know he's an Israelite. Okay? No beard having ass. Fucking haircut, the sides are shaved off. It needs to be the same men that's preaching the law, statutes, and commandments. But then they say, oh, y'all hating. We ain't hating on you dudes, man. We ain't hating on you, man. We exposing your wickedness because we supposed to do it. Because Israel's supposed to fear not to do this. It says, them that sin rebuke before all, so the congregation may fear. So the churches may fear. Because with this type of example that these guys are putting out there, this is going to attract the wrong people. And this is why a lot of Jakes have woken up to the truth, because they're like, oh, well, shit, I could still be a nigga. Oh, yeah, I know I'm an Israelite, but I could still have worldly shit. I could still commit adultery. I could still have women lusting after me. You know what I'm saying? I could still do X, Y, and Z. I could still rap and go to concerts. Oh, man, I'm good. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with music and mirth. Nothing is wrong with that. We're not against it, but in this particular setup, that's off. Clearly, because you don't catch men in Great Millstone doing this, man. Okay, we feasting among ourselves. We have a good time among ourselves. Our women are not there. Okay, our women, a brother woman is not lusting after me because I'm a head of a camp. Okay, or because I wear a certain garment, or because I have a certain talent. She's not there to know that. But in their congregation, you're right. Bring your women. Because half the congregation, they women, they lusting after Nate and the leadership. But yet, these are the daughters of Sarah, right? You guys got a heavy judgment coming, and like the scriptures say, and we're going to get it. Matter of fact, we're going to get it. So this is the book of Exodus 32, and I'm going to start at verses, let's start at verses 7. Okay, and the point is really in like 18, but it says, and the Lord said unto Moses, go get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, that have corrupted themselves. Matter of fact, let's start here. 6, it says, and they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play. And the Lord said unto Moses, go get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves. How do they corrupt themselves? By making a molten image. Okay, an idol. It says here, and have quickly turned aside out of the way which I commanded them. Man, meaning that 1 second Moses wasn't around, they completely went off. Okay, you leave Jake alone for a minute or a day, he's going to completely go off, man. Same thing with women. If you leave a woman to her own, it's just like a child. She's going to go off. You see? That's Jake, and the fact that you have leaders in Israel that's not condemning this act. is the reason why they continue to do it. Like I gave the example earlier, when worldly Jakes see this, this what makes them want to come into the truth, because basically they don't have to put off the old man. Only thing you gotta know is you're an Israelite with some fringes, and hey, you good. Okay, you can still get lineups. You can still get the bald taper on the side. Okay, you can still get your beards lined up. You can still be in the room with other men's women. You can still rap bullshit lyrics, and nothing happens to you. And it says they have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them, and have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Okay, because like when you in that whole spirit of dancing and jumping around and that Baal type shit, man, you're worshiping a whole different power. Now you claim to believe in the God of the Bible, but for one thing, you don't, because you teach Christ, which is a modern day image of Baal. You can say that. People say, well, prove that Christ is Baal. No, okay? We basically saying that you believe in this worldly Jesus shit because you guys push Christ, okay? And that's the ultimate deceiver of all the nations right now, because every nation under heaven claim to believe in some type of Christ or messianic figure, okay? In this case, Jesus Christos. That's your basically image of Baal, right along with that MOTB, the shit that you guys don't push. So you're just as guilty as the children of Israel while you push the law. All right. But it says, and the Lord said unto Moses, I've seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now, if you went here and you try to condemn this, these guys, they will shame you, they will scorn you, they will scold you, and they may even jump on you, man, and put hands on you. Okay, because look at this shit. Jumping around on stage like a bunch of goddamn buffoons, man. Here you supposed to be teaching you how about Shimi, how was shy, but yeah, you promoting a worldly image. That's the reason why you got a lot of niggas in Israel, man. A lot of niggas in Israel that ain't sincere. Because when you look at their comment boards, Sakari's comment boards, and our comment boards, you can see the difference, man. You can clearly see who's in the spirit and who's not. Like, look at this guy. Dreadlocks past his shoulder. I thought the scripture said that it was an abomination for a man to have long hair. And on top of that, you got them Shiva jotters in your goddamn hair, which is totally off. Okay, and don't give us that, well, Samson had 7 locks. That motherfucker, Samson had braids, plaited hair, man. It wasn't no fucking dreadlocks. You simple ass niggas. And this is why the Most High is gonna break this fucking school up, man. And these niggas, hey, they gonna get caught out there. When all hell break loose, they not gonna have no refuge. Them or their women. And a lot of them guys, they gonna try to come up to us and they gonna try to play like they was down for the cause, and they gonna get straight up judged on the spot, man. Thus says the Lord, okay? Because the scriptures tell you, man, that you should be giving and eating and giving into marriage. And so the flood came and took them all away. And that's going to be the result of most of these men in this school and their fucking wicked ass women. Because they think shit is a damn game. They think being in Israel was all about looking nice and looking the part and dressing the part, but yet they're not playing the part. You see, you look it, you may dress it, but you're still proud, you stout-hearted, okay? You're unmerciful, like you try to say with us. You shut up the door to men because if a brother of GMS was there and he didn't have no fringes on his shirt or he had a rough garment, they would disannul your ass, man. Okay, they would literally straight up shun you, man, and they will make you feel low, which proves that these are the Pharisees, man. Okay, but you see a war, they ain't getting on these niggas. And these are the real Pharisees here. Okay, but anyway, going back to the precept, it says here, it is a stiff-necked people. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation, man. All right, because the Most High is pissed off with Jake. He's pissed off with our people because you refuse to believe in the way of the Lord, man. Okay, you claim to be Israelites. You claim that you got the look, you got the fringes on, but yet, you know, you ain't really walking the walk, because this thing ain't about solemn with you, man. Okay, like the whole Day of Atonement with you guys would turn out to be a whole feast. Okay, when we supposed to be meditating on what we've done wrong, our sins, how we can be better men and women for Yahweh Bashim and Yahweh Shai. But yeah, you guys, you ain't in that spirit. Okay, and it says here, and Moses besought the Lord his power and said, Lord, why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power in thy mighty hand? Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out, to slay them in the mountains and to consume them from the face of the earth? But turn from thy fierce wrath and repent of this evil against thy people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Israel, thy servants, who thou swearest thy own self, and said unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and I will give you this land that I have spoken of, and I will give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And the Lord repented of the evil which he thought to do unto his people. And Moses turned and went down from the mountain, and the two tables of the testimony were in his hand, and the tables were written on both their sides. On one side and on the other they were written. And the tables were of the work of the Most High, and the writing was of the writings of the power graven into the tables. It says, and when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp. And he said, it is not the voice of them that shout for mastery, neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome, but the noise of them that sing do I hear. Right, and they in that fucking mirth spirit, man. And it says, and it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh into the camp, he saw the calf and the dancing. And Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hand and brake them beneath him. And he took the calf which they had made and burnt it in a fire and ground it to powder and strawed upon the water and made the children of Israel drink of it, man. Okay? And that's the whole point. They were serving other gods, but yet they was in that fucking jolly spirit like they always is, man. Okay? And that's the nature of our people. They always want to be in fucking folly mode. They never want to take things serious until it's too late. Okay, then that's when they come crying and weeping for answers. Well, man, I thought you said we did it. Nah, man. Okay, so this is the book of Ecclesiastes 3, and I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time and purpose under heaven. Okay, so everything, that's a time and place for everything. Like, we're not saying mirth is bad. We're not saying dancing and singing is bad. No, but the way you guys are doing it, it's just sheer wickedness, man. Because that rap culture have no place in our nation, man. Okay? I mean, you have brothers that rap about the truth, but yeah, you're not doing it for truth perspective. You're doing it to get clout and to get fame, okay? And to pick up other men's women, to get that notoriety in Israel. You're not doing it because you love the Lord. And on top of that, the Lord ain't dealing with that rap shit. Now, yeah, we do have brothers that rap, you know, that got raps and rhymes, but yeah, that ain't being brought out in our teachings. You don't see us you don't see us doing videos like that. You don't see us hitting 3rd Street concerts and doing all this X, Y, and Z. Okay? Because if we rap, it's going to be among our own. We may hit a studio. We may drop some bars here and there. But you don't see brothers bouncing up and down with their women. Okay? Because we do it for edification. But even then, it's not being taught in our lessons, man, like you guys. And Nate, you got a lot of blood on your hands, bro. And I'm going to just say that. But it says a time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant up and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down, a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Okay, so it's a time and place. We ain't in a time of fucking mirth right now, man. Okay, because all hell is getting ready to break loose. But yeah, you niggas with your lineups, with your pretty little perfect beards and your long garments, with your women hollering at you, man. Hey, man, keep that same energy when Jacob's trouble come. I guarantee you the rebuke of the great millstone prophets is going to come in your mind then. And that's when it's going to be too late. Okay? So this is the book of Ecclesiastes 7:2. It says, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. Okay? These guys are constantly in the house of feasting. And yet they catch hell just like us in Babylon. But according to them, they've made it. You know? They on that Post Malone spirit, that congratulations spirit. Like, you niggas ain't made it in the kingdom. You niggas don't even teach the name of the Lord, nor do you teach prophecy, nor do you teach the MOTB is the you know what, the C-hip. But you can teach the daughter of Sarah how to rap a head rap and to dance and to spit bars and to be jumping up like buffoons, man, and feasting and having weddings like it ain't no tomorrow. You getting married to a tainted whore in Babylon, man. You think she's going to respect you? And a lot of the women at the IUIC been passed around among different brothers, man. Quiet as kept. That's why you ain't supposed to have women in your damn school, man. Okay? And it says, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Okay? And that's the point. Sorrow is better than laughter. For the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better, right? Because it calls you to think. You see things right. You're able to rationalize when you're in a contrite spirit because you see things for what it is. But when you all flabbergasted with mirth and drinking and folly and lewdness, okay, not lewdness, but drunkenness, okay, then it's another word for that. I forgot it. I forgot the word, but it's a word that's synonymous into drunkenness, man. Lewdness goes into being naked, okay, but nonetheless, surfeiting, okay, you in the spirit of surfeiting, you ain't paying attention to what's happening, man, because your mind is fixated on a good time you're having. Like I said, we're not against having a good time. We love having fun. We do. That's our that's our culture. But overall, man, it's a time to be serious. And you're not supposed to be promoting that in Israel because you're going to attract the wrong people. Okay? Because what's the difference of a nigga off the street picking up a Bible, wearing some fringes, but not repenting? He still do the same worldly shit, but he just know he's an Israelite, got a Bible in his hand, and he wear fringes. But yet he's still a same old slithery, grimy nigga that he was in the world. The same old wine bottle. You're supposed to be trying to save and wake up souls, man. Okay? Not keep them in a house of slumber. But it says here, the heart of the wise is in a house of mourning, but it says here, but the heart of fools is in a house of mirth. And the scripture say this is a bunch of fools right here, man. Look at this. They're not focused on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. They don't care about that. They got Reuben on his jacket. Representing, but yet look at him. You know? You got all these people in the background jumping up and down like these guys are really Yahweh Shai. They're celebrating this man like he's the Lord. And if you don't come in his spirit according to them, then you ain't right. That's why the Most High is going to break that school up. And most of these dudes going to be destroyed, man. And that's a fact. Buffoonery, man. Can't stand niggas, man. You niggas are the worst. You make everything just so goddamn difficult. It says it is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. It's better to hear a video like this than to listen to that madness and being encapsulated by that, man, being put in that mindset, being encapsulated or enthroned by that, you know, and then all of a sudden you in the wrong place at the wrong time and you get jacked up. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. It says, for as a crackling of thorns on the pot, so is the laughter of fools. This is also vanity, and it's all vanity. Because I kid you not, have these women that's in that congregation, they don't know the first thing about being a righteous woman. Yeah, they can tell you, I'm supposed to submit to my husband and this and this and that. But hey, try to take on another wife. They're going to fucking go nuts. They're going to go to the leadership. They're going to go to Nate or whoever's the leader of their congregation or that camp. And then they're going to have a council on you. And you're going to have to submit to the will of the woman. Clearly not biblical. But yet these be the same men pushing the law. Bunch of fucking hypocrites, man. That's why, like I said, man, you niggas, you going to get jacked up real soon. All right? Amos 5:21. It says here, I hate and I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies, man. And this is a solemn assembly today that, in fact, you guys supposed to be keeping. And what are you doing? Okay, now we're not saying that was today. I think that was a pretty old video. But even then, on their Passovers and on their high holy days, they're doing shit like this. Okay, they do it on the high holy days. I won't be surprised if they have a concert going on tonight. You know, not saying they will, but I've seen them engage in activities like this in solemn assemblies. Because that's the problem with Jake. They don't know how to take things serious. Like I said again, there's nothing wrong with having fun, okay? In the kingdom, we gonna turn up like no tomorrow. But because we overcame, and we gonna turn up in righteousness. And ain't no brother's woman gonna be lusting after another brother, man. Okay, it's gonna be done all decently in order. Like when Yahweh Shai come through, we all gonna bow our knee and bow our heads. But ain't no woman that's a wife of mine gonna be secretly wanting to get with Yahweh Shai, because she's gonna know I'm her Yahweh Shai. And likewise, Yahweh Shai's women are not gonna be thinking about, oh man, that brother. No, she's gonna be all about him. And he will have women in the kingdom, just to let you know that Solomon had 1,000 women. So, hey, he's getting back in that spirit, just to let you know. It says here, though you offer me burnt offerings and meat offerings, I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beasts. So take away thou from me the noise of thy viols or thy songs, and I will not hear the melody of thy viols. But let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. Okay? And you guys are not pushing judgment. Okay, you're not pushing the proper judgment. Okay, you're pushing your own belly, your own enthusiasm, your own understanding, and you're spewing it on Israel, and you got the masses of your congregation thinking that's what this truth is about, when it's not about that. Okay, because you guys are just you're not it, man. And like Apostle Tahar said, the Most High is going to break the IUIC up and all these other groups. You all are going to be broken up. Okay, in due time, you're going to find that out. One more precept here. This is the book of Matthew 24. And this fit these guys perfectly, okay? Because like I said, man, it says Matthew 24 and 37, it says, but as in the days of Noah were, so should the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days of Noah that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So, hey, one day these guys may be at a concert, and the judgment of the Lord is just going to come upon that entire congregation, man, and smite them. Like the scriptures say, smite the shepherd and the sheep shall flee, roughly paraphrasing. So, hey, you've been warned. And Nate, you've been warned. But anyway, with that, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And once again, a shalom and a baba ball. May the Lord be with you, sincere brothers and sisters. Shalom and a baba ball.